up, y'all? It is Bree, your host, your favorite host at that, all right? On again for another week for dear future husband. Yay! It's my round of applause, okay? And make sure y'all doing that round of applause home every time I come on. I'm kidding. I'm not. So thank you so much for being here this week. And we have a topic of topics for y'all today, okay? We're going to get into this with my life coach, your life coach, everybody's life coach, Keisha, all right? So we're going to get into just talking about narcissism. Y'all know how y'all always, every time you get on social media, every time you scrolling, you see somebody saying something about a narcissist. And, you know, I get to rolling my eyes at this point because every single thing, if you fart, you're a narcissist. You know, if you blink twice too fast, you're a narcissist. And so at this point, I feel like this conversation needs to be had because I want to know what a narcissist really is. Like, what kind of behaviors do they display, things of that nature. So we're going to get into that. Amongst other things like co-parenting, do not, I repeat, do not change the channel. We about to get into this, all right? Keisha, hi.
Hey, girl.
Thank you so much for being on, girl.
Absolutely.
So, like, you know, as you just heard, we're just going to jump right into it.
Come on.
Narcissism. Because you got real deal, Holyfield experience with narcissism.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
And so, kind of tell us a little bit about you, what got you here, and then let's jump into what it is.
Absolutely. So a little bit about my history. I was married to a narcissist. Okay. I did not know that that's what it was until I actually went through the process, right? Like experiencing it, dealing with the gaslighting, all of those things, not even understanding what's is this.
Okay.
It wasn't until I actually went to an event and there was a therapist there that was speaking about it. And it opened my eyes because he was checking all of the boxes.
So, but did you go there to find out what narcissism? It just happened that...
No, it was just a gathering. Actually, it was a gathering that a friend was hosting. And they had different women on the panel. Mm-hmm. And I was just there. And that's how I found out this is what I'm dealing with. Now, mind you, I had already left him now.
Okay.
But I still didn't know, like, what is his issue?
What's the deal
like,
with
why
him?
could we not get over this thing, right? And then as she was going through the signs and the symptoms and the things that, you know, narcissists actually display, I said, oh my God, that is what it is.
That's crazy. So what is a narcissist? How do they act? What do they display?
Yeah, so, you know, we hear it all the time on social media. Everybody's a narcissist. Everybody. Like you said, you do one thing wrong and you're a narcissist. But narcissists actually have this extreme need to always feel as if they are the most important thing in the world at this very moment, no matter what the situation is. That's one piece.
How does that display? So I'm sorry. I'm one that needs examples, like real life.
Yes.
How does that appear in real life?
So, for example, you and I are doing this interview. Say the cameraman is a narcissist. He has to come in and make sure that people know that he's the cameraman and why he's actually doing this. Because it's because of him that you are in this place. That's an example.
And that's in everything they do.
That's
in
everything.
Okay.
So narcissist doesn't give anyone any type of recognition for anything. So, you know, for example, if you are a truck driver, most truck drivers go to school to become a truck driver. In order to actually receive your CDL, you have to attend somebody's school, right? A narcissist would be like, no one ever taught me. I learned this on my own.
Oh.
Perfect example.
Knowing full well that we would know. Like, nah, and if you buck on them, if you say, like, no, that's not.
Yes, then it becomes an argument. So narcissists are also, they hate being criticized. They hate being criticized in privately and publicly. So it doesn't matter. They are never wrong. Never. The issue is you, not them. Okay. So that's another thing that narcissists show. Something else that you will see is that they have the lack of being able to empathize with others. So everything that's going on, if something happened, your family member passed, they cannot showcase empathy for that because it still has to go back to them. You know, it still has to go back to them. Now, mind you, I am giving real live examples of things I've experienced. So yes, so that's another thing. And then also, narcissists, they have this extreme sense of entitlement. Like they are entitled to everything, and we still don't even know why.
No, we don't know. We still
don't know.
even know.
We still don't know.
Okay.
So those are just some behaviors that narcissists actually showcase.
Okay. And you dealt with that for how long?
Girl, listen, we were married 2 years, but we were only together for 6 months.
Okay, so you dated for 6 months.
No. We were together during that 2-year time frame only for 6 months. I constantly left because of what I was dealing with.
How long did you date him before y'all got married?
4 months.
Okay, so this was one of those quick ones where you thought, right? I'm assuming you thought, because I would. Oh, I meet this guy. He's amazing. He thinks I'm amazing, and we got married quickly because we connect so well and we vibe, and you just know that what you know, right?
And another thing, just to that point too, narcissists are great charmers. So a lot of people that you see that are in prominent positions that get all of the care from other people and people adore them because narcissists love to be adored, right? They can charm their asses off. Can I say asses?
Yes.
Okay. They can charm their asses off, right?
Okay.
So like they are really big with winning you over quickly because they will do everything.
Make you feel adored, loved, and cherished.
Yes. And then it quickly goes away once they've attained what it is that they were looking for.
So you didn't have enough time to pick up on the signs because it was only 4 months before you got married, right?
Right. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. I know I got married when I wasn't supposed to. God had already clearly stated that wasn't my husband. I did it for multiple reasons that had nothing to do with love. So I'm going to be honest about that and not try to make it as if he coerced me or anything like that. He did not. I knew I wasn't supposed to get married. I did it because my grandmother was dying. I'm her first granddaughter, and the guilt was real because I'm older, and I was the only one in the family without a husband or children.
Okay. And so then out of the 2-year marriage, 6 months you were there
actually living
consistently, and then the rest of the times you were just...
And those 6 months wasn't even back to back. So like, for example, we were together for a month. I was like, this ninja crazy. Yeah. I got to go. Yeah. And I was trying to get an annulment, and that didn't happen because of death that happened in my family. And so the constant like trying to win you back and the woe is me and everything, everybody hates me, you're the only one that gets me, and the blah, blah, blah. And so, and then I would go back. So the 6 months weren't even consistently like back to back. Maybe the longest we actually lived together was probably 2 months back to back. So throughout that 2-year period, it was only a total of 6 months that we were actually together.
It's not like the charming is long term. The charming is just to get you to a certain place that they want you, and then the narcissistic behavior starts.
Yes.
And so again, you're seeing these behaviors, but you don't have a title for it. You don't know what it's called or whatnot, but you know it's not normal.
Right.
And so that's explaining why you're back and forth, because you know something is off.
Something is off, yeah.
Okay.
And you also feel, I felt very sorry for him. Like I just wanted him to be better. And I thought that I could actually help that, which is a savior complex, because nobody can listen. Only Jesus could save.
Okay, that part.
Period.
That part.
So,
what about family? Not even yours, the narcissist, because what people don't realize is you're not just marrying him or her.
Right.
Because you got to go to there's Christmas gatherings and Thanksgiving and your mom and dad and all these people, right? What about family? Did anybody try to warn you?
Yes.
Are you on his side?
I'm so serious. Yes.
Really? Okay,
yes.
So they weren't ones to pretend and play.
No, he had some flying monkeys. Yes.
Because
it's always
monkeys?
That's what they are.
Okay.
That's what they are. Those that will completely ignore the behavior and make excuses for it. Those are the flying monkeys, because you're not helping. You're just participating with the issue. That's what I'm gonna call it.
The shit show.
So you just being a part of it, right?
Yeah.
So yes, he had some flying monkeys. There were those, few far and in between, and be like, now you know this ninja ain't right. Let me tell you right now.
I can appreciate that all day.
I'm like, but you're his,
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. And this is how I know it. you know.
I like them though. I can appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
I can appreciate
Still
that.
cool with them today.
That part.
That part.
Wow. Okay. So, because family, it's already challenging navigating the relationship itself, but then navigating the different family things that come along with it. That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot, and I'm starting to realize.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then them, does he listen to his family members? If good or bad, right? Positive or negative? If they're saying negative things about me, do you listen to them? Are you correcting them? Are you, you know what I'm saying, standing up for me? If they're saying positive things about me and it's really your behavior, do you correct it? So like all of these things play a part.
Yeah. And with narcissists, they listen to no one because they know the answer.
They know what's best.
They know it all. Okay. Like they've never learned anything from anybody. No one's ever taught them anything. I raised myself. I've done it all. No, I taught myself how to drive. I taught myself how to do this. I taught myself. No one has ever been an example of
nothing.
Anything.
In their lives.
In their lives for them.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Now, do you feel like narcissists first, do they know they're narcissists?
No.
They think that they're normal. Everybody
else is the issue. Absolutely.
Okay, so a narcissist would never label themselves as a narcissist. Okay.
And then those that know the term narcissist, that are narcissists, they're going to label that on others.
Oh, everybody else is a narcissist.
Yes. So for example, I had I was friends with for a short time, and she was always labeling her significant other as a narcissist. But I was like as I'm looking at her and looking at the way she moves, everything that she was showcasing I was like,
that's interesting.
I don't think it's him. And so, and then, just choosing to observe more. When the red flags came up, I said, oh no. No, it's
because by this point you know what it is.
I've already experienced it. I know what it is.
You ain't gonna do it again.
Yeah, no. And even the way you show up in friendship with me is showing that you're a narcissist.
See, that's a good thing that you point out, because I never hear anything about people talking about being with a narcissist as a friend. We always hear about it in relationships, but that's a good point that you're making. They're friends too, right?
Yeah, friends, parents, all of them. Like you have to think about it's any type of relationship, right? So it's not just your spouse, the person that you're sleeping with, the person you choose to be with, but it can show itself in friendships. It can show itself throughout your parental relationships, your siblings, like so many different things. But if you don't know what it is, and if you haven't actually fully been educated on it and understanding what you receive from this person, you won't know that that's actually what it is that you're dealing with.
That's crazy. Okay. And then of course, two narcissists will never be able to be friends be in a relationship. That's not a thing.
No.
Not possible. They couldn't stand each other.
No, because I have to be the center of attention. You can't be that. Right?
So that
the narcissist has to be the center of attention. The narcissist has to have all the attention on them. So if you're trying to have attention as well, oh no, we have to draw the line somewhere, because this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work. I can't be with you or be around you.
But I will say this though, being with a narcissist, and especially for an elongated time, if you're not careful, you will pick up their tendencies because it has been done to you.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll, notice different things. And if I know that their spouse is a narcissist, I start to see the behavior that they pick up and put onto others, because this is what's happening to them. Yes.
That's interesting. I don't, whether I've ever been with one or not, I don't think so, based upon what you said. Thank you, Jesus. Right. But it is definitely something that, because it sounds scary. It sounds frustrating. It sounds like, I'll be at my wit's end and wanting to fight.
Come on.
I ain't got no time to be out here fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely something that I feel like now, talking to you, I need to do more research on it and kind of just because I can't deal. You know what I'm saying? So that I know okay, no, this person is displaying narcissistic, tendencies. I need to just distance, you know. But that's crazy. And then you married him, okay. But then quickly got out, you know. So like, it didn't take you long. It didn't take you long. Okay.
But one of the things I do want to share, though, Bree, a lot of times, like when people have been with a narcissist, they're married to one, or have been in a long relationship with them, you know, honestly, science has shown that it takes that spouse 7 times of leaving before they actually fully get out.
Because you're saying they're charming you. So they're charming you back every time.
They constantly go back. And because I actually experienced it, you know, the comeback, you know, I'm going to counseling. I'm seeing a pastor, all of the things. Like, what pastor you seeing? You know, like all of the things, right? And they will do everything to get you back, to bait you back in. And then, you know, code switch, go right back to what it was that they were, because they can't escape that, right? It takes a person 7 times to actually leave them. So with that being said, I have learned to actually give both women and men grace when they are in those abusive relationships, right? You know, like I remember back in the day, and I had someone that I loved that was actually in an abusive relationship. And my response was, like, girl, why don't you just leave him? You know, like I just didn't understand, right? Now have gone through it, because one of the things I did ask for, I asked God to show me, God, I want to have more compassion for those people who are in abusive relationships. I don't know how, because in my mind, I'm like, you just got to go. Like there's nothing else. I said, God, show me. Be careful what you pray for, because I've been shown. And I'm like, you don't need to show me again.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Right, I got it.
Don't show me nothing.
Like I'm one of those people, I learned from the mistake the first time. I don't want to repeat it, right? So, you know, like I've learned to have more compassion for those that are actually going through abusive relationships, dealing with narcissists and all of these different things, because when you understand the psychological trauma that comes along with it, you're able to actually say, you know what, it's not that easy. So what I can do is offer support and prayer during this time frame.
Okay. And I thank you for bringing that out, because you're right. I've been known to say, girl, just go. I don't understand. You know.
Right.
So thank you for bringing that to all of our attentions, and just y'all, we got to be more compassionate. You know, just you may not be able to understand if you never been through it,
right.
But just be, like she's saying, offer more support and be just compassionate. You know what I'm saying? And prayers, of course, always helps. So thank you for bringing that up. So moving forward, you're done.
Right.
Okay. And now you mentioned something very interesting, and you said that you didn't date for 6 years after that.
Right. That's
following
the divorce. Yes.
Was it because of all the trauma?
It was, yes, the trauma played a huge part. I needed to go through the healing journey for myself. And also being a parent, because you have to think about that too. That plays a huge part. So I'm a single mama dealing with co-parenting with a narcissist. And, you know, I still have to get me together after dealing with all of the trauma that I've experienced. It takes time.
Yeah.
For some, it don't take 6 years. For me, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
You know, and I also was very cognizant of who it is that I choose to bring into my child's life. Going through a tumultuous divorce that drug on for 2 years for absolutely no reason whatsoever, but just trying to control. You know, like going through that process, I'm not one of those that I can date in the midst of. Like, you know, there's certain battles. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
but
you're
dealing with a lot.
I don't have the capacity to offer anyone during that time frame.
Yeah.
So, and what I needed to do for me is to be able to, number one, heal from all of it. Number two, learn how to continue to move forward with it, because it's not as if the person just immediately just disappears from my life. You know, we have a kid together. So now what do we do? You know, how do I actually navigate that? So that took education and learning how to actually heal and, you know, move forward.
Because is it to where on the other side of you know things, has both of you, I know you moved on, but has he moved on too?
Oh, absolutely.
To where he's not
narcissists moved on really quick.
Okay.
Oh, really quick, because they have to have someone cheerleading them.
Okay.
So like they can move on, they can get out of a relationship with you today and be in a relationship tomorrow. Okay. If not, have a relationship already going on.
Okay. At the same time. Right. Okay.
Right.
So co-parenting. You know, we went ahead and there was a great switch into co-parenting. So let's move on to that. I feel like co-parenting, just period,
Yes.
is a lot.
Is a lot.
But
yes.
then I would assume co-parenting with somebody who has narcissistic tendencies is even more on that place. So I get why you had to take time to get yourself together and the situation together, right? But let's talk about co-parenting because, while I don't think I've ever dated a narcissist, I absolutely am co-parenting as we speak.
Yes.
And my daughter is 9 and I co-parent with her dad. And we have a really good actual co-parenting situation. So it's not, my issues have never been between him and I, right? Mm-hmm. My issues have been dating while
co-parenting.
And all that, and what that looks like. Because I say co-parenting, but 95% of the time she's with me. Yeah. I'm the parent that takes care of all
You're
the
things. Custodial parent.
Absolutely. Yes. Mm-hmm. And so how's that been for you? What have you found out here?
Mm-hmm. Learned a lot in 6 years. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I know for sure when co-parenting with a narcissist, now, co-parenting period, we already know is hard, but co-parenting with a narcissist is one of the challenges that I was not ready for. Because I had to learn that there is no such thing as peaceful co-parenting with a narcissist.
Okay.
There isn't.
So it's a tussle every time.
It's a tussle every time. And you have to learn how to navigate it. The other person, they don't need to learn. They're doing them. They're not going to learn. But you have to learn how to navigate it. And until you actually learn how to navigate it, you won't experience the internal peace that you need in order to deal with them.
Okay. So it's really the internal piece is really predicated on you, not
on
you,
not them. Not them.
Not them giving it to you. It's on
not
you.
It's not.
So what kind of tools did you have to learn to co-parent?
Yeah. So one of the things, first of all, I believe in therapy. I'm a counselor. I have my own, right? That has helped me tremendously, like to be able to know how to navigate this new world that I'm in. So that's number one, getting the help. Then the tools that I use is you have to set clear boundaries and stick to them. The beauty about co-parenting, like I'll use your example, your situation as an example, it can be beautiful when done with the right person. I have plenty of friends where they have their children like really 50% of the time. The father is highly engaged and involved. They go to all of the things for the kids. They will drive hours if need to. I have a friend who literally drives from Houston to Louisiana all the time to make sure that they show up for their kid. And a lot of times it's after his shift work. You know what I mean? That's what real parenting looks like. You're going to be there, right? No matter what. It's not about you, it's about the kid. Right. And also with co-parenting, a lot of times, like you can have a good relationship with the parents, even if you guys didn't work well as a couple. Right. When co-parenting with a narcissist, there is no relationship with the parent at all. Right? So you have to be very clear with your boundaries, which means that you have to keep the legal system involved.
Which is
expensive, as well as, like, to be honest with you, no one desires that. Like, for me, my whole thing, I never wanted the legal system to be a part of it. I feel like you shouldn't have someone else have to come in to tell you how to actually parent with your kid. Yes. You know, I didn't want child support. I didn't want, I didn't want to have that part as a part of our lives. I have a brother who's raised his daughter since she was, she moved with him when she was in like 3rd grade on throughout. Okay. But she's always been with him even like when she was a few months old. Okay. And I've seen where he was still paying child support, although the child lived with him. And the child like is enrolled with school with him, all of the things, like everything. I did not want to go through that. I felt like this is, it's stupid. Right. Why do we have to do that? Right. When dating a narcissist, when co-parenting with a narcissist, it's necessary. And that's the sad truth. Because if there are no clear boundaries, he will cross them or she will cross them every single time. Okay. Because it's their way, not yours. Okay. So they have to have a paper that tells them when
and some consequences. And if you don't do that,
exactly,
this is what's going to happen.
This is what's going to happen. They'll respect that more than they'll respect you. So that's number one, like being able to have clear boundaries. Number two, limit communication. I know that sounds really harsh, but the truth is my life became great when I chose not to communicate with him at all on the phone.
Oh.
So
okay.
we text. You call my phone, I do not answer unless my child is with you.
Okay.
If my child's not with you, there is nothing for us to talk about. Right?
So
because there's
in writing.
always going to be a way to kind of misconstrue or throw the anger, trying to do all of the things of the transfer of emotions, all of that. Nobody got time for all of that. Look,
Okay.
I've been there, done that, not doing it again.
Okay.
So yes, everything is in writing. So text, email, or using a different person to communicate. So I would prefer to communicate with his now wife versus him. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you have to find the peace in it. And one of the things is that one of the ways to get that peace is to limit the communication. We're not talking about nothing, bro.
Because we ain't got nothing to talk about.
We have nothing to talk about.
The baby is fine.
If it has absolutely nothing to do with our kid, there's no need to communicate. And I've also learned, throw out the expectations. Because I thought if I set the boundaries, if I limit the communication, I can expect him to be better, right? So I'm sending pictures when our son is doing something. I'm sending, videos. You can send it if you want. Don't expect no response.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can send it if you want. So then you don't even know, okay, well, did you even get it, right? There's no communication. Or, because I've experienced this too, sending videos of something that our child was doing. And the reply was, I don't need you to send me anything. I taught my son how to swim. No, bro, you didn't, because this is the first time going swimming lessons. But okay. Or, my son knows how to ride a bike. I don't need you to send me how. Okay. So therefore, we're going to cut that out too.
All that.
Right?
Yeah,
we're just going to cut it all out. So there's no need for me to share anything.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't even get a friendly text about what is
your
going
son
on.
Is
your
doing.
Child, right?
Oh, that would irritate the mess out of me.
Yeah,
okay.
and it was irritating initially. And honestly, I had to learn how to navigate that, because for me, I was like, dude, like we can't even just have this part at peace. We talking about the kid. You know what I mean? Everything's a fight. No, I don't have time. Listen, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't have time for all of that.
That's it.
So yeah,
and I'm too old. It's too old. It's too
right.
Too
that
old
part,
to be
and I'm
tussling about
come
foolishness.
on, that part. So I'm like setting the clear boundaries, making sure you limit the communication, and then like throw out the expectations, because they will fall every single time, right? So you have to be very clear with that in order to navigate when co-parenting with a narcissist.
But I think those three things also can apply even when you're co-parenting, period. Right?
Yes.
Depending upon who you're co-parenting
Depending
with.
on
right?
that part.
I will say that I have been fortunate enough to where, again, I don't have that 50-50. He lives 6 hours away. So there is no 50-50. She lives with me. She goes to school up here. And so what I do is I drive to San Antonio. He lives in Corpus. But I drive the 4 hours to San Antonio. He drives 2 hours to San Antonio to get his child. And I'll make a special trip to San Antonio. My mom lives down there, so it's not,
Yeah.
But I'll do it at least right now once a month, so that she can spend a weekend there, and then we drive back. And that's how I compromise for, and a lot, because what I've realized is she loves her daddy. Take me and him out of it.
Right.
She loves her father.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when you're old enough, there's no way that you'll be able to say, my mom didn't do everything that she could for me to continue this relationship with my dad. Right.
That part.
And I'm always thinking about that. So I'll do whatever. Because people be like, you drive to San Antonio?
Yeah, no, see, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful because for me, that's something I would do.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's about what's best for the kid. Right. And if this is what's best for the kid, we have to find some type of compromise.
There you go. And if I can do it, and I can do it easier and better than you can,
then okay, that's what it is.
Then to me, it's no sweat off my back, But you do get the naysayers that are like, "Yeah, you're doing And I'm like, listen,
you do you.
This baby love her daddy, and I'm never gonna come in between that ever.
Right.
So I'm gonna do what I have to do. But and I don't have to tussle about sending pictures and videos and all that. But I feel like the expectation piece, there's just certain things that just regardless, period, across the board, you need to lose some of your expectations because that may not be what it is in this particular,
exactly.
And then limiting the communication, you're right. we only talk about her.
Right.
We don't really have.
Right.
And he has kids now. He does have kids. She has siblings by him that I was involved with in them in their raising. So we will talk about them as well.
Yeah.
All the other stuff.
If it doesn't even, and see, and that's the thing, like even, I can't even communicate with my ex in reference to the other children that I was a part of their lives. Now, that don't matter because I have great relationships with them and their mom.
Good. Okay.
So we still have communication. We actually still meet up intentionally because I want my son to know his siblings because I don't have any more and I'm not having any more. So
one and done.
One and done.
This is the one and done team.
Listen, now I'll accept some more in if they come as a package
but
deal.
They're not coming from your girl.
Physically, no.
They ain't coming from your girl. Okay?
That part. So, for me, like I want him to be able to still have those relationships and things like that.
Dope.
So
that's dope.
Me and the other mom, we call each other co-moms because we both have dealt with the ish show and we know what it's like.
Girl, call it a shit show. That's what it is. It's a shit show.
So, we have built like an alliance, so to speak,
dope.
like where we are together no
and
matter
you don't
what.
Need him.
And
you
we don't need him
to have this relationship.
So,
that's dope. That's dope. Okay. So we, we were talking last night about, so let's switch from co-parenting with other people to just having a small child and dating.
That part.
Which is a whole nother.
Yes.
You ready? You ready to get into this?
Woo! No.
This is my shimmy. I know, but we're going to go. Here we go. So, there's different thoughts, right, on dating. And we're talking about small children. We're not talking about teenagers.
We're talking about those
adults.
under the age of 10.
Small kids that are very impressionable, and mine loves everybody that she ever comes into contact with. Whether she's met you once or 50 times, you're her best friend.
Yeah.
Adults, children, everybody's just best friends.
Yeah.
And so, but at the same time, mommy is an adult and mommy gets lonely, right? So now you're navigating these waters of, I have an impressionable child, but I like some company and I want to go on a date or two and I want, somebody to call me on the phone and come visit me. And so what has been your approach now that you're dating? And I don't know how long you've been dating. How long have you been in a dating game?
Recent. Okay. Very recent.
Okay, so you're brand new to it.
Yeah.
So this may change for you later on as you go. But for right now, where do you feel like you fall as far as that's concerned?
For me, that is a huge concern of mine. But we're not even getting to the part of you meeting my kid until I actually truly know who you are. Okay. Right? I know Steve Harvey once said, they need to meet the kids immediately. I just completely disagree because I believe in respecting and protecting who God has given me authority of on earth right now. Right? So I am responsible for his well-being. I am responsible for, nurturing him appropriately. That includes me protecting who I bring in. Now, when he goes out in the world, like outside of my household, I don't control that. But in my house, I control it. So therefore, I'm very cautious of making sure that I'm not bringing anybody in him. I'm raising a black boy in America.
You are? Yes, you are.
You're not just going to be meeting with any and everybody.
Okay.
Period.
I agree with that. So what I agree with is you're not going to meet everybody and everybody. You're not going to do that.
Right.
However, what I have done, though, is let's say me and you are dating, right? I'm dating this guy and I like him. We've talked a few times. We've gone out a few times and I like you. There may come a time because I have friends. So I have male and female friends and I've had like really truly friends who will come to the house and just sit down and just, they were driving by or whatever, right? Yeah, I want to come visit you. I came from out of town, whatever. And they come and sit down and they talk to me and she's there and because again, I have her 95% of the time, right? So she's there and she's just, say, oh, hi, or this is Mr. or Mrs. whoever, right? And so I follow the same pattern. If you have to come around, and it's not this big, I don't make this big thing like, you are going to meet my daughter, and my daughter's going to meet you. It's not like that. I bring you over like a friend. So I tell them, you sit over there, don't touch me, don't kiss me, don't call me babe, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I go through the rules with you, right? And as far as she's concerned, you're the homie.
That's
all right,
it.
and that's
Yeah.
how you will appear every
Yeah.
time she's around is as a homie, right?
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
So that way, and then I can kind of see how he is with her.
Yeah.
Does she pick up? Because she'll tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't.
Yeah, something
You know,
wrong with
she'll tell me.
him. Yeah.
So that's
And
how I
kids
gauge
are
it.
honest, baby.
They all the way, baby. So that's how I gauge it, and that's if I have to bring them. Sometimes I don't have to, but sometimes like now, I'm at a Dear Future Husband taping.
Right.
She has to come with me to certain things.
Right.
And sometimes I just can't help it. He may, he's
Right.
going to be there or whatnot.
Right.
He may be coming up, whatever the case may be. So that's how I have navigated this. And it works for me, right? But you're right. Not everybody. Just because you decided that, or we decided we were talking gives you an automatic to my house, first of all. Because I can't let everybody come over.
Right, that part.
And then it doesn't give you an automatic to meet my daughter. That's not how that works, right? So
now I will agree with you. I am really big about like being in open settings and say there's other people and that guy is there too. I'm not going to do the introduction or anything. I'm going to see how you choose to actually be like, hey, what's up, Creed? And seeing it in a friendly manner.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes to me also, right? Because, if you don't even know how to engage with the kid, what are we doing? And how is he treating his own kids if he has them?
But can we talk about it? Because I don't think we as women, from what I've seen, put a lot of emphasis on looking at how not only his other kids, how are you treating your other kids? What about women that you dated and their children that you are no longer dating?
Yes.
And their moms.
That's the big one. Because if he don't treat the mom well, he not going to treat you well, boo-boo. And that's one of the things that even when I was married, I remember, he knew that kids was a soft space for me, right? Okay. Because I'm a counselor for the adolescent group. I've spoken at multiple events, especially schools. I have mental health curriculums in schools. All of these things, he knew that. His way to even bait me in, because I wasn't giving him the time of day at all. The way for him to bait me in is that he went and got his boys and brought them back and pretended to be the good father, right?
But was not.
It was not. And so that was something that even, baited me in, because I am one of those like, oh my goodness, I love to see men take care of their kids. I really do. And if you don't take care of your kids, there's nothing for us to talk about, because I was raised without a father, and I don't want that for my child, and I want him to have the best experience possible. So if you are not doing that well with your kids, how are you even going to come in and be a participant with my child? And I do not like I've seen men that treat your kid extremely well, but they have no relationship with theirs.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
You have got to. So what I find again is that a lot of women are not looking, you're not looking past your own situation.
Yes.
Right. And seeing how what does his other relationships look like? With his children, with his mother, with the baby mamas, with whomever. What do the other relationships look like? How is he treating these people? How is he treating the children? Oh, any good woman that is looking to be with you in the future and has a small child is absolutely looking for you to step into some type of role as the person in that family nucleus. I don't care what anybody is talking about.
Right.
Like I may not be asking you to be her father because she has a father.
Right.
But you are going to be there most of the time with us.
Yes.
And you are going to be a positive male role model in her life on some type of level. Right. She's going to see you as some type of parental figure. Or the children are going to see you as some type of parental figure. And so, so as a woman that's looking at dating this dude or whatever, that's something that you have got to look at all the things to figure out how this is even going to work with your own, right?
Yeah.
And when I talk, even my homegirls, when I talk to them, we're not even digging past the surface.
Right. If it's focused, if the relationship is focused on you and not, paying attention to the baggage that he may come with, you already setting yourself up for failure. I'm being
Y'all gotta
perfectly
ask
honest.
the questions, man. We don't like to ask questions, and I don't know
That part,
why.
and I honestly believe it's a cultural thing.
Really?
I'm being honest.
I thought it was
because
a woman
you have
thing.
to. No, I think it's cultural because when I think about like those who have had relationships outside of our race, they don't have no issue asking questions. I've seen it, women and men, and asking questions that, like, to me, I'm like, I gasp. You really ask that? Like, that's okay? She was like, well, how else are you gonna know?
You're gonna figure it out.
And so, like, I believe like it's a part of our culture with, the things that we've experienced in the past that we come from, to whereas then it like, number one, we were silenced for a time, right? Then we learned how to speak, but then we also grew, like, putting the divide within our own specific race. And we already got issues going see counselors because of whatever reason, the stigma behind that, nothing's wrong with me, nothing got to be wrong with you. But, mental health matters, that part. So, like, all of those things. And if you don't have no example of what effective and healthy communication looks like, yeah, you're going to have issues asking questions. Absolutely.
I'll be talking to my best friends, and so I'm the one that they gasp at. Like, you ask that?
Right. That's
like,
me
girl,
too.
how else we going?
Right.
I ain't got time. My schedule is full. I got a lot of shit rocking. I don't have time to be playing. And where I'm at, I'm dating for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dating because I don't want to be out here single for the rest of my life, right? And I desire a partner in life. And so yes, if I'm spending my time and I'm making time for you, and I'm getting babysitters and asking my dad to keep my child so I can go out with you. There's a purpose in mind. There's a lot of the sun and the moon.
So I'm coming with my questions.
And then I'm a lawyer, and so I'm going to ask the questions. And so, but I'm so amazed. Like, my friends will be like, "Well, I never knew." And for me, it's basic information, right? I never knew this or that, or I didn't know he didn't have a relationship with his children. Did you know he had children? Did you ask the questions about, well, how often do you see? How old are these kids? How often do you see the kids? Well, why don't you see the kids more often than that? What's going on between you and the mama? I need to know.
Here's the thing, though, Bree. I'm that girl, right? I ask all the questions. I asked all the questions with who I was married to. Narcissists are amazing liars.
They're gonna lie, yes.
And master manipulators.
Yes.
So you have to pay attention to the behaviors. People can tell you whatever it is that they want.
You're absolutely
But what
right.
are they showcasing?
You're absolutely right.
Right?
I agree.
So, and I made the mistake by saying, "What? That's what you say." But until I see it, I won't know. So then with a narcissist, okay, I'm about to show her. And, create the scene. So you got to be careful about that too.
You got to be careful. But I'm even talking, at least you ask the questions.
Right.
Because you can't help what come out of the other person's
Right,
mouth.
right.
But at least you ask the questions.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. Just ask the questions.
Like bold-faced lies. Like, one of my questions was, I asked about the kids. That was important to me, right? I even asked about child support. Are you on child support? Do you pay it? How often do you pay? I mean, and all of the answers were what you would want to hear. But then God uncovered it all. Uncovered it all. It was up to me to be obedient and actually listen. Yeah. Because the red flags came, and they came like quick, like, letting you know, girl.
Rolling across the bottom of the TV.
Look, you opening up the mail. Oh my gosh, you have back child support of over $60,000. What? I thought you said you pay your child support. Or, like the baby's mom, is saying, I'm so happy he with you because, girl, he didn't get kids, but he didn't come get them before. And I'm like, wait, what? No, I thought he said girl, please. So like paying attention to those things, red flags. What you gonna do with the information?
If he's telling you this stuff, I mean, your research can only go so far, right? Without talking to the other mom and whatnot. Right. I don't fault you for that. I just want us to ask at this point. Let's do the baby steps. At this point, let's just get into the routine of asking. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions and trying to figure out who you're dealing with. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but we don't want to seem pushy or overly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
overly.
I don't want to cross the boundaries. The boundaries haven't even been set. What about your boundaries? Right?
What do you want?
What do you want
out of this?
But here's the thing also. Most cannot tell you what it is that they want. So if you don't know what you want, of course you're going to settle for anything.
And you don't know
you're
what to
not
ask.
going to ask the questions that's necessary for your well-being. So get to know you.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to say, you know what, this is what I need. So then I can ask these questions.
Yeah. And then, like you said, like, you know, even in dating, it's things that you find out. When you move, don't they say when you move in with each other, then you still finding out.
You still finding out. You still finding out. I got friends that just got married and they're like, girl, if I would have known before. Because you don't know until you're together, right? Yeah. And sometimes it unfolds itself in pieces. And it's not that it's bad. It's just like, I thought you said that you were a neat freak. Why are you still leaving your clothes on the floor?
All over the place.
You know, like, you know what I mean? It could be something very small. It doesn't have to be something that's a huge mountain.
Right.
So.
Right. That is so funny. Okay. Because you're absolutely right. Like there's going to be things that you just uncover. And not just that you're uncovering about them, they're uncovering about you as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
It goes both ways. So just so the men don't think we're jumping on their toes. It goes both 100%. Ways. And so I just find it interesting when it's like basic. I remember I gave my homegirl, a list of questions. What I would think is basic ass questions.
Right.
She was like, girl, I'm not even asking any. Girl, what is y'all talking about on these days?
Right.
What is going on? Y'all just gonna eat your little mozzarella sticks
and keep on moving? Yeah.
That's it. And then you're gonna plan this life with the top of you love him. And you don't even know the first thing about, you know what I'm saying?
You're infatuated.
What's going on?
With the thoughts.
Yeah. And I get it with women, like I get that. But also, and maybe I come at it differently because I do it goes beyond me. We're talking about my daughter too. This is somebody that's gonna step into the life of my daughter as well, right? So maybe, girl, I ain't gonna sit there. I just lied to you. I've been like this. Even without a child, I was like this. I don't know. I had no explanation for it. I just been like that. I'm like, girl, why is you lying?
Yeah.
I've been like this. I've been asking all the questions forever. This is before I even had real bills and a child.
Right, that part.
Because I just want to know what level of crazy I was dealing with. Yeah, that's all. But so ask the question, ladies. I implore you, you know, however you feel you're going to come off, just ask the questions. So I've had previous shows with men. And we talk, and I just want to, because, you know, I know you talk to people in your counseling and stuff all, you know. And we talk about women asking men for money when they first start dating. I have to. Child. Your personality makes me feel like I need to ask you.
Go ahead and ask.
What you think about this foolishness?
I don't have time for it. Complete foolery. They
asking for $2,000-$3,000.
Shut the front damn door. I do
on
not
the
believe
first
you.
date.
I don't believe you.
I'm finna break the wall, James. I'm finna break. James.
What? Is this what we doing nowadays?
No, that is a real thing. I'm talking about if you meet a woman that don't ask you for money, like within the first 2 weeks of dating, you met
2 weeks?
Stop it.
She's not from America.
Stop it. Well, I must be from a different country. I must be from a different country because I'm not asking you for no money.
Nothing. 2 weeks.
I might ask you who you are.
No.
I thought you were going to say 2 months.
No, it's a real thing.
Stop it. Wait. Let me ask this, though. What's the age group?
That's a good answer.
Is it 20s?
That's a good question. Let's look at that. Because I can guarantee statistic-wise, there ain't no women in our age group asking no ninja for no money the first time we meet.
I talk to a lot of dudes now. Yeah, they are.
But what's the age group?
Our age group.
Stop it. I'm not believing it.
It's ours?
They listen to that rap music.
Not the rappers. I cannot.
Have you ever heard of that? I'm assuming no.
I have not. This is new to me.
It's so many men that come on my show, first season and second season, that are like,
wow,
these women are coming and not only are they coming asking for money, and I'm talking about anything. I think asking for $500, which was the example used before, I think asking for $500 is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're asking, he's saying 2 weeks. I thought it was at least 2 months in. 2 weeks in from never meeting this woman to now knowing her 2 weeks. She is asking for $500, $1,000 too, because she got to pay rent, or she gotta feed the kid. So what was you doing prior to meeting me? How was you paying your rent?
That's exactly the question that came to my mind initially.
You look like you ain't missed a meal. How you been eating?
Wow. Well, this is what
How
our
you
world
been
has
eating?
come to.
This is
I'm moving to Mars.
asking for private school money for the kids to continue going to private school.
So how are they in private school now?
Why? You better put them in that free public. It's free. I ain't lying.
I cannot. I'm sorry, brothers.
This is what
This
some
is
of what
sad.
they're dealing with that I'm hearing, and clearly you haven't heard
Child,
of
where they
it.
getting these women from? Tinder?
I don't Bumble. I don't know where they coming
Boom. He
from.
said yes. That's the reason
Where
why
was
they're
it?
asking you for money.
Where is that?
Did y'all hear that, fellas? Stop shopping for them on Tinder. You gonna get what you swipe for. Just saying.
Oh no,
It's on Tinder, James.
I don't know.
He shook his
I'm
head.
just saying it'd be a lot of people. I'm saying it must be.
It must be.
It'd be a gang. Listen.
Here's
Y'all
the
on
other
the
thing. You
wrong
ready for this one?
sides.
Then they're asking to go to Sir Steakhouse, and they asking for all these. What's the other big steakhouse? What's the other one? It's a big
Ooh, Larry's?
Ruth.
Ruth
No,
Chris?
there's another one. Perry's. Is that a big one? Perry's Steakhouse. They're asking, and then you ask them, well, have you ever been to Perry's before? No.
No, but they want
So
you
this.
to.
So, you know, I'm up. I'm mad that this is even a thing that's happening. But also, fellas, pick better. You
That
know,
part.
if she's asking for these things on day one, go on and find you somebody else that'll go to Chili's or 54th Street Grill. You know, wherever you want to go. I like Chili's. I said it before. I say it again. I like Chili's.
I'm not going to Chili's, y'all.
You're not gonna go. She
No.
don't like Chili's.
I
I
don't
like
like
the
Chili's.
Chili's. I like the salmon.
But do you?
I
That's
like
it.
it. You
Do
know
you?
what I'm saying? So I go on a date. Somebody took me on a date to a long time ago. They took me on the Applebee's. He asked me where I want to go, and I said I may have said Chili's. I don't think I said. No, I know I didn't say Applebee's, and he chose Applebee's. And then he said, "How you feel about Applebee's?" I said, "I don't like Applebee's," and he chose it anyway. We went to Applebee's.
Yeah, that's red flag.
And that I never saw him again. It was for more than just the Applebee's, but you could have took me to Chili's. I'd have been happy.
I mean, Chili's
I
got
like
the
Chili.
pick too.
She don't like Chili. I like 54th Street Grill too. I do. Listen, I don't have to be in it because guess what? If I really want to go to Paris, I can take myself to Paris. I don't
Myself,
need.
that part.
You know, I don't need you to
That part.
for that experience. Although, don't get it twisted. I would love to go on a date to Paris,
Right.
but I don't have to use you for
It's
that
not
experience.
necessary.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm good with a good crab boil.
Yeah, I think that. Come on,
old
girl.
crab.
Listen, I am a seafood connoisseur. Don't tell me with no crab boil. I will be there. What with the bib on and all
And a glove.
ready.
Now, if you don't like somebody that go in on the crab boil, I don't know how to use that little cracker thing.
You gonna just crack?
Oh,
with
I
your
go
teeth.
in. So if you want to see the real deal, you know what I'm saying, about me, you take me to a crab boil. Put all on your cheek.
and happy
And
and
happy.
still talking. So what you
So
doing
what?
tomorrow?
Where you say you work at again?
I'm not doing that either. That's her. You keep that over there, Bree.
So I just want to
love
let you
it.
know what's out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting though. I feel like, social media is a real deal.
It's the
And
devil.
social media is a huge influencer, whether positive or negative. And if you're looking at someone's highlight reel, you believe you are deserving of it too. And that's what you get when you're out here dating, and they want to do the same thing that they saw somebody else do on Instagram, even though they've never experienced it on their own.
Right. And then you don't even, half the time it's not even real. Like,
It's
y'all looking at
majority
social
of the
media.
time.
Right. And y'all looking at it as if it's Bible. And it's not. Like, these people are giving you the best of their lives at the time. You know, very rarely do you get somebody that says,
Authentic.
hey, y'all, this is the real. You know, it's usually like the
It's a
highlights
highlight
of their
reel.
life. That's
It's
what
a
you're saying.
highlight
Yeah.
reel.
It's the highlights of their lives. So, yeah, quit. PSA, because I haven't done this PSA this season. I did it last season, but this season. So this is PSA. Look me in my eye. Look me. Can you zoom it? So sick of me. Can you zoom? He gonna zoom in later. Look at me in my eyes, and y'all quit asking these men for rent 2 weeks in. Y'all are ridiculous. Don't do that. Go to there's rent reliefs. Around here. Y'all go.
There's a list. I'm sure you can find it at your local church, Red Cross website.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one?
I don't know, but figure it out. Google it.
I was about to say Stay Farm, but that ain't what it's called. You get you some insurance. No, whatever it
Full
is,
coverage.
go get you. You can get assistance from other places.
Stop asking these men. They don't know you. They're not gonna come out of pocket, and if they are, I guess they tricking and they want something for it.
And
you know
then you're gonna get mad when he done flew you out, and you don't want to fly him in. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
And stop getting flued out and you broke. Always have a backup. Like have money to be able to get back just in case the thing don't go down the way you want it to go down.
Just in case.
Oh wait, my mama told me don't ever travel without money. Quit getting flued out by these men and they leave you stranded on the side of the road, and now you in Atlanta and you from Austin, Texas, and now you in Atlanta and you ain't got no way to get back to Austin. Stop it. Just don't get flued out. Tell them you meet him in Austin when he come back. I don't understand. Like, what is y'all doing?
And don't get flued out not expecting anything, like he's not gonna want something in return. That part. Like,
and putting you up in a hotel with one bed, what you think gonna happen?
Come on.
He gonna, and like she said, if you don't get flued out, if you ain't gonna fly him in, yeah?
Use wisdom.
But if you're gonna fly him in, then get flued out. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to your discretion. I don't know. So, anyway, this show has gone to shits.
Make sure you put at the bottom, I do not consent to this. Make sure you put Coach K does not consent to this.
Listen, we all adults. You make your decisions based on what you want to do. But stop asking these men for rent. If you ain't never been, if you can't afford Perry's, you go to Walmart and you get you one of them steaks in there. And you just cook at home or something. Just don't eat a steak. Get a chicken finger. Chicken tenders is good. Some mashed potatoes and macaroni on the side. And a sweet tea. Eat at your level. Damn it. This is what I'm trying to. Eat at your level. The kids menu, they'll never check the ages. Just, you can call it in and they don't know that you ain't got no 12 and under at home. And it's like $7.99 for a whole meal.
Oh,
with a cookie.
I cannot.
You know it's true. Anyway, we done went all off the way. And so we're going to bring this back. Coach K, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and how we can support you.
Absolutely. So, as she said, I'm Keisha Coach K Simmons. My website is IamCoachK.com. I'm Candidly Coach K on all social platforms. You can follow me there. Known as the Confidence Coach. You want to support me, you can purchase my books.
Come on.
You can come and see me when I'm speaking, because I speak at different places all across the globe, just so you know. Mm-hmm. And as well as, like, if you're looking for your own personal coaching or counseling, you can get that also.
I love it. And so they get on your website or they can DM you on social media?
Do not DM me. You can get on my website and click the link to say that you want counseling, and you fill out the form and you make your payment. And you get put on the calendar.
That's how that works.
That's how we do it professionally. Don't DM me talking about you want counseling. Because you already showing me you have difficulty following instructions.
And that's part why they need counseling.
That part. Okay. But go to the website.
Go to the website, click
call
the
link.
Number.
Or call the number.
Or call the number. There you go.
Set it up there.
What's the number? It's on the website. Call the number on the website. Okay? All right. So... All right, y'all. So, you know, we have talked about an array of things. We started really good. We went downhill with the kid menus, but it was good stuff nevertheless. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that we really delved into what narcissism means and some of the signs, because I'm sure that helped a lot of people. You know, some of the signs that they can pick up on to kind of see whether they're dealing with a narcissist. And I'm assuming therapy is an essential part of getting past that relationship as well, right?
Yes.
What kind of counseling do you do?
So I do informed trauma cares, and I focus on the adolescent group. I do counsel, when it comes to marriage and family counseling as well. But my focus is the adolescent group, simply because if we can get them there, we can be able to stop all of the stuff that they got to deal with when they get our age. You know what I'm saying? So so informed trauma care. So whatever type of trauma that you've experienced, whether it emotional, physical, sexual, all of those things, I'm able to help.
Okay, so y'all heard her. Y'all go support her. Call her if you need assistance for your adolescent, your teen in your life.
Or parenting an adolescent.
Or parenting an adolescent. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then definitely, support her. Get in contact with her if you need her services. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Reality TV 1 on YouTube, okay?
Yes.
So Reality TV 1, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you're sharing, you're liking, you're following, commenting the whole nine, and just supporting this endeavor, right? So that we can keep this going and we can bring good guests on like Coach K, right? And thank you for all the ones that have shown love. Thank you for tuning in every week. And that is it. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.